Hello, everybody, and today I'm here to review winter, spring, summer, or fall. So, this is a Jenna Ortega movie, my favorite person of all time, and I wanted to watch this movie because of her. And it also stars the infamous Percy Hems White. So, he was a co-star on Wednesday, but because of some not so good allegations towards him, he was fired from Wednesday, and his character was quietly written off from the show. But apparently he had time to do a movie with Jenna Ortega where it all takes place throughout, I guess, a year, you can say. But it's basically where Jenna Ortega falls in love with Percy's character, and they go through like the last few days of high school to all the way to college, but things take a turn from the usual from what they were planning to do for their after high school life. But this movie honestly was cute to watch because Jenna Ortega was just so good in this movie. She is easily the best part for obvious reasons. But Percy Hems White, he was alright in this movie. But it's kind of cringy watching him fall in love with Jenna in this movie. Not because of jealousy from me, but it was just kind of cringy since, you know, the allegations towards him. So it just feels kind of weird seeing him in this movie. But there are some cute moments throughout this whole movie, like I said, where they do meet on the subway and they're talking, and Jenna calls him a stalker in this movie, which I thought was funny. But they really start to bond once Jenna gets hit by a biker, and she ends up having to get an ice pack on her chin, and that they're mainly going through winter all right until they hit spring, where they decide to get serious about the possible relationship, even though Percy did ask her out before she got hit by the biker. But they decide to go to prom, and Jenna, of course, does not really want to go with the boy that she's going with. I don't even think he really cares to even date her. He just wants to make out with her, and I just love how Jenna just says, I'm not going to have sex with you anytime, just not ever. And he's just like, ugh, whatever. But of course he abandons her at the prom until Jenna does bump into Percy, and they decide to go hang out at a Chinese restaurant, and then they go to the house, and they start to bond even more until the summertime comes, where they're partying, they're having fun, jumping on the trampoline, celebrating the 4th of July, until Jenna has to reveal to her parents, who are super strict in this movie. But she wants to, instead of going to college for the fall, she's instead going somewhere far away to study sea life of turtles. And of course the parents do not agree with it. And they even smash some random stuff in the house, and it's just like, whoa, what is with these parents? But things take a different turn for the two as Jenna starts to get a little drunk from partying too much, and she ends up crashing Percy's car. I know they have different names in this movie. I just feel like going by the actors' names. But they get into a fight because Percy's worried about her safety, and she's just like, get off my ass. And the two end up just fighting over this, and Jenna decides to just break up with Percy, and it actually devastates him, as he really wanted to commit to the relationship, even though he's not going to college. He even said in the winter segment of the movie where he says he's just gonna take a gap year forever, and he's just gonna do his own thing, where he ended up getting a job at a music company where he goes on tour with a band. But it actually goes well as he decides to commit to it, and Jenna decides to, of course, go to college. And it actually goes all right until they decide to text each other again. And they're kind of just playing it casual when they do meet up again on the campus. And they're just talking about where their lives have gone lately. But they feel it's too late to have a relationship. But Jenna decides that she's going to go after Percy. And she goes to the concert, and she even has to get past the guard. And she does, of course. But he even chases her until Percy bumps into the way. And they decide that they'll not go with the relationship again because they feel it's just too late. But once Percy has a talk with the band after the concert's over about what's going on, and they just decide to tell him, like, you're being stupid. You go after her and date her because you both love each other. But the movie ends with the characters all going to Jenna's apartment, and they sing a cute song for her, and the two just kiss. But when I saw the trailer for this movie, they just kissed in the movie. They kind of just showed the entire movie in the trailer. But yeah, I don't know if I skipped things throughout this whole movie. But this movie was mainly okay for me. Like, it wasn't the best Jenna Ortega movie. It was definitely not as good as Wednesday. But I guess this is just that one movie Jenna decided to do during her scheduling when she was doing Wednesday. But like I said, it was kind of weird seeing Percy in this movie. I don't even know what he's doing now since being let go from Wednesday. But yeah, the romance movies are not really my thing. But cute teen dramas, maybe that would keep my interest because it can be relatable to watch what we go throughout high school. There is some relatability with this movie about choosing our own paths, and it's always okay to just pick a different path from the usual path you were planning. It's always just good to just, I don't know, make your own decisions throughout your future. It's your life at the end of the day. And I'm saying things that I probably want to apply in my real life, of course. But I'd probably give this movie probably just a 7 or 6 out of 10. Like I said, nothing really special. But the next movie review, I'd have to look. But I think it's Zombies 4. I've not even reviewed the other ones. But be on the lookout for that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.